Danny, thank you so much for joining us here at Super Investor, and congratulations on the launch of Colesco Capital. Why did you feel that now was a good time to be launching a new direct lending platform?
Well, thank you. Well, there's a few ways to look at that. So one, for us, it's a long-term game, so it's not really about timing the market. On the other hand, actually there are some good factors. One, the long-term outlook is good, and when we talk to borrowers, there's an increasing demand actually for a provider like Colesco Capital. So we're a sustainably led private credit platform. And if I also think back, obviously there's a lot of uncertainty in the market and what have you. But if I think back about when we did this after the financial crisis, 2013, 2014, those were actually really good vintages to start investing with good returns, good credit profiles. So actually timing is actually very favorable to start at the moment.
And what makes you different to the other offerings that are already out there?
So we actually have quite a long history in lending money to mid-market corporations. But we're setting up a new platform, meaning you can start with a blank piece of paper. And for us, it's sustainability led. So we got the opportunity to actually start afresh. And sustainability is actually what drives us in all our investment decisions. And from that, and also from our heritage, we'll mainly look at thematic investing. So for us, it's about themes around sustainably feeding the world. So food system transition. It's decarbonizing Europe, so the energy transition, and what we've deemed the inclusive society, which is very much about accessibility to larger groups, to education, to healthcare, anything for a more inclusive society. And then additionally, our home market is actually the Benelux, so we're actually very, very strong in originating in that market. So we stand out from the rest and would be a good complement if anybody wants a diversified portfolio.
And you talked there obviously about your strategy being very much about sustainability. That's your focus. How do you feel the reception to that is now? Have we moved on, and do we now see that sort of investment as profitable as well as purposeful?
Yeah, so our tagline is indeed uniting capital and purpose, and we're trying to bring that institutional invested capital to corporations, let's say real-life corporations that try to do good things with it. And that's actually without a compromise. So it is good returns and sustainability and purpose. Our theme here is actually that we believe that a good sustainability-run company is actually a better credit profile. So that actually goes hand in hand. So there's no need to actually give up any of your returns while actually investing in good companies.
Whilst you sound very optimistic and you said timing shouldn't be an issue, obviously it is a tricky environment we're in. So how do you navigate that, and what strategies do you employ at the moment to make sure that your newly launched company can be really successful?
Now again, if I think back in 2013 when we had really good vintages in lending, meaning actually increased interest margins, higher fees, lower credit profiles, stronger credit protection, all these things are in the market now as well. Plus there's the fact that actually now that the water's gone down, you actually can see all the boats and you can actually make good credit calls. So to start with a portfolio is actually a really good time at the moment. And it's all about making perfect sense and doing your credit homework.
And presumably having a great team around you. Tell me about that and how you've gone about that.
No, absolutely. So the team at Colesco, we're let's say we have a long track record, but we're a new company. But we also got a lot of people together that actually believe in the philosophy that ESG investing can actually be profitable and it's the right thing to do. But at the same time, there's also a lot of history between us because with some of the people I've been working for 2 decades. And we share a vision on what needs to be done. How do you invest sustainably? How do you, if there are any problems in the portfolio, how do you handle these? So there's a lot of agreement on the philosophy on how we need to run Colesco and its portfolio on behalf of our investors.
And sharing a philosophy that ESG is actually a value creation pillar rather than any sort of hindrance.
No, exactly, and I think that's the big benefit of starting anew, because normally you have a big oil tanker and you need to change processes, you have to convince people it's the right thing to do, you have to change a culture. We're kind of starting fresh and everybody's on board, right? The investors want this from us, the corporates want this, and the team also wants it.
So what are the long-term goals for you guys then? It's all very fresh and new at the moment, but what do you see in your future?
Well, obviously we're ambitious and trying to spread that philosophy. So for us, it's making a real difference. That's what we then call the purpose, with real companies. So when we're 10 years on, we hope that we've been able to help dozens of companies make that transition to a more sustainable business with the help of our capital partners.
Danny, it's been great to talk to you. Thank you for sharing your ambitions with me.
Happy to be here.